Okay, so today we are diving headfirst into this absolutely wild Reddit story. Basically, a woman got handed the complete spoiler report for her own relationship disaster like 3 months early.
Yeah, and she just kind of filed it. It's amazing. We're talking about what happens when a whirlwind romance smacks right into a 19-year-old kid who's just seen it all before.
Totally. So this is the deep dive into that story. It's not just about the train wreck, though. It's about celebrating the messenger, the teenage prophet, Julian.
Absolutely. This isn't dense research, you know? It's pure observational gold about someone stepping on every red flag, even when the teenager literally draws them a map.
Exactly. So our mission to figure out how this thing collapsed so fast. We're talking a 27-year-old woman in the original poster, or OOP, dating a 50-year-old guy, Jesse. 3 months.
And we want to pinpoint how Julian's warning was, like, surgically precise. Every single point came true.
Okay, let's kick off with the beginning. The honeymoon phase. OOP says they've been dating about 3 months.
The classic whirlwind.
Right. Which, let's be honest, between a 50-year-old and a 27-year-old often means, lots of money, lots of attention, super fast. She said he made her feel like a princess. He was confident, smart. The attraction was definitely there from the start.
Sounds very practiced.
Yeah.
Like someone who's got their opening act down cold, Skip the getting to know you part, jump straight to intense. Classic love bombing.
That's what the comments were saying, too. Okay, so then comes the obstacle. The immovable object. Julian. Jesse's 19-year-old son.
Oh, yeah.
OOP and Jesse are at a bar. Julian's there too, clearly underage, probably a fake ID situation.
Gas reaction.
Jesse is apparently thrilled, like, hey, son, cool. Not, maybe concerned about the fake ID or the drinking.
Wow, okay. And Julian?
Instantly awkward. Does not want to be there. You can just feel the cringe.
Yeah, you see this sometimes, right? With the adult kids in these big age gap things, they become the warning system. Julian was probably mortified, but saw his chance.
He totally did. Jesse steps away for a second, and Julian just swoops in, pulls OOP aside.
And delivers the line.
The line, quote, he'll get tired of you, he won't care about you anymore, and just see you as something he has to spend money on. Then he'll find something new. He always does.
Oof. He always does. That's not teenage drama. That's just defeat. He sounds like he's performing a public service announcement based on years of data.
Decades, maybe. So OOP obviously goes back to Jesse, probably feeling super weird and conflicted. And how does Jesse handle his own son calling him out?
Let me guess. Denial, deflection, blame game.
Bingo, textbook. Immediately launches the counterattack. Claims his ex-wife and the stepdaughters have poisoned Julian against him.
Of course. The evil ex narrative.
Yep. Says Julian won't answer his calls or texts, and that he, Jesse, is just too busy working a significant amount, puts himself straight into the victim role.
Which, as people pointed out online, is red flag numero uno, right there. If everyone in your past is supposedly the problem, well, maybe look in the mirror, buddy.
Exactly. It's pure projection. He knows it's shaky ground, so he tries to control the story immediately.
Right. And get this detail. OP noticed Jesse was so busy playing cool dad for his date, he didn't even register that Julian drove home after drinking underage. Completely missed it.
He was checked out. The disconnect is massive between the image he's selling and the reality of his, actual parenting or lack thereof.
That's the whole setup right there. The cracks are already showing.
So despite Julian basically handing her the escape plan on a silver platter, OOP decides, I'll stick around. But, be vigilant.
Famous last words.
Pretty much. And the shift was almost immediate, wasn't it? From princess treatment to, daily damage control.
Yeah, the speed is telling. Once Jesse figured she wasn't bolting immediately after the Julian encounter, he probably felt like, okay, effort level can drop now. Maintenance mode.
Which brings us to the first big slip-up. OOP's friend spots Jesse where?
A strip club. Naturally.
She confronts him, and his excuse is just art.
Oh, I remember this. It wasn't cheating
because he did not get lap dances or touch the dancers.
The classic technicality defense.
Yeah.
He was just admiring the architecture, the lighting.
Right. It's such a power move. Not just lying, but trying to redefine what cheating even means for her. Make her doubt her own feelings.
Totally. And she kind of lets it slide, but sets a boundary.
Yeah. She says, look, if you want to go again, you got to talk to me first. Which, points for trying to negotiate with a brick wall, I guess.
Bless her heart. But surprise, surprise, the lying didn't stop there. It escalated. Next up, the flood emergency.
Oh, this one's good. So specific. He tells her he's working super late, big flood emergency, can't see her.
Okay, sounds plausible-ish maybe.
Except She bumps into him at a gas station later that night, and he's wearing totally clean clothes, like pristine.
Not exactly fled chic.
Not at all. And apparently he reeked of cigarettes and booze. The details just completely fall apart.
Yeah, when the lies get that lazy, it's not even about deception anymore. It's kind of disrespectful. He basically stopped caring if she believed him.
Exactly. And that disrespect, that carelessness, it leads right into the phone drama.
Ah, yes. The 2 phones. Always a good sign.
Right. He had his personal phone, always out, charging, no big deal. But then there was the work phone, super protected, never left his sight.
And she asked to use it once.
Yep. Just needed a charger or something simple. And he flat out refused. Told her to go use her own phone, which was charging in another room. Major alarm bells.
That difference, right. The public phone versus the secret phone. That screams compartmentalization. Something's being hidden. That had to be what pushed her.
It absolutely was. You could feel the shift. That move from intense focus on her to intense focus on hiding something from her. It's the end game of the love bomb.
Like that commenter said, someone that feels too good to be true usually is. She finally started to see behind the curtain.
Which leads us to the climax. The snooping. Middle of the night, she'd had enough. Checks both phones.
Showtime. This is where Julian's prophecy gets, terrifyingly accurate.
Okay, first, the work phone. The one he supposedly needed for his significant amount of work.
Let me guess. Not work emails.
Not exactly. Texts to escorts, texts to strippers, lots of them.
Wow. So Julian's, he'll find something new. Wasn't just metaphorical. He was literally arranging for something new, actively shopping.
Pretty much. It confirmed that whole transactional view Julian warned about. He was already lining up the next cycle.
But the personal phone, that's where the real, character portrait emerged, right? The cruelty.
Oh, yeah. Texts to the ex-wife, the one he claimed never spoke to, the one supposedly poisoning his son. Turns out they texted a lot, and the ex had recently started dating someone new, maybe a month before. Jesse was losing it, just tearing her down relentlessly in these texts.
See, that's key. His energy wasn't going into his shiny new relationship with OP. It was focused on, destroying his ex's happiness. That reveals so much.
And the quote OP shared. It was vile. Something like, you must have found a guy who loves fat asses if he'll be seen with you.
Just purely vicious, no other word for it.
And seeing that nastiness directed at the ex suddenly made his relationship with Julian make perfect, awful sense.
Yeah, the neglect part.
She checked the text history between Jesse and Julian, and it was heartbreaking.
What did she find? Or not find?
0 outgoing messages from Jesse. None. The entire history was just Julian reaching out every few months. A text here, a call there. Met with complete silence. Ignored.
Oh, man.
And the worst part, the specific example, Julian had invited Jesse to his band's gig months ago.
Let me guess, Jesse didn't go.
OP remembered that exact night. They stayed in. Jesse never mentioned the invitation, never even said his son had a band or a gig. They just stayed home and, as she put it, had a bunch of sex.
Wow. He chose the performance of the perfect romance over his actual son's life event. That's devastating.
Right. It proves it wasn't just random neglect. It was a pattern. Prioritizing his ego, his immediate needs over any genuine connection with his kid. No wonder Julian sounded so done.
He'd just been erased.
Yeah.
And his warning to OP wasn't just about her. It was about the whole pattern.
OP's reaction right after finding all this was really telling, actually. She immediately went online.
What did she do?
And bought 10 copies of Julian's band's EP.
Like a little act of solidarity.
Atonement.
Yeah, like a silent apology, maybe, for being part of the circus that ignored him.
Okay, so she has the proof, all the proof. What's the exit strategy?
Clean break. She waited till he was at work, air quotes, very much intended there, and moved all her stuff out of his place.
Smart. No confrontation needed. The evidence was overwhelming.
She left a note, short and sweet.
What did it say?
Basically, his family was right about him. Don't contact me again. Boom. Done.
Perfect. And Jesse's reaction must have been predictable.
Hilariously so. Yeah. His first text to her after she'd moved out, before he'd even found the note, was, guess what?
Oh, no, not the flood again.
No, just a generic emergency, had to work late, still cycling through the same pathetic excuses. He hadn't even realized she was gone yet.
Muscle memory for lying is strong with this one. Seriously. Then, obviously, he finds the note. And the text immediately turned, quote, hateful.
Shocking. So she blocked him.
Blocked him everywhere. End of story.
Good for her. And her reflection afterwards. How did she process it all?
She said she felt sick realizing what kind of person he was, cruel and vicious. She felt guilty, too, calling herself a homewrecker. Yeah, but she did quickly add that, he wrecked his own home long before she showed up, which is true.
Totally true. That guilt is misplaced. He built the whole house of cards. But it does bring up that big theme from the comments, right? The age gap.
Absolutely. OOP kept saying she didn't want to focus on the age difference, but commenters wouldn't let it go.
And their point wasn't just age gaps are bad, was it? It was more nuanced.
Exactly. They were saying the 23-year gap wasn't the reason he was awful, but it was a huge symptom. A 50-year-old needing that kind of whirlwind with someone half his age often signals deeper issues.
Like emotional immaturity, need for control, validation seeking.
Yeah.
Which then leads to the love bombing, the lies, the eventual discard. The whole cycle Julian described.
Right. They weren't judging every age gap relationship out there. They were using this gap in this situation as a clue. Someone seeking out a much younger partner might be looking for that external validation, that feeling of status or control.
Which totally tracks with how he treated his ex and his son. He wasn't looking for an equal partner. He wanted an audience, a controllable one. And the younger partner often fits that bill initially.
Yeah, until they wise up. Or get a tip from the previous audience member's kid. There was that one comment that summed it up perfectly.
Which one was that?
Not all age gap relationships, but always an age gap relationship. Meaning, the ones that crash and burn this spectacularly, they almost always have that significant age difference pointing to the older partner's issues.
That makes sense. It flags a potential dynamic right from the start. Julian just confirmed it.
And speaking of Julian, OP mentioned commenters told her she should reach out and thank him.
Did she?
No. She decided against it, said she felt like she was probably the last person Julian would want to hear from.
That's actually really insightful. Probably the most mature call she made in the whole thing. Respecting his space after all that.
Totally. So let's recap the 3-month arc here. We went from princess treatment
to strip club technicalities.
To fake flood emergencies.
To protected phones and discovering vile texts about the ex.
To realizing total neglect of his son.
All predicted by the son himself.
Leading to the ghosting and the hateful messages. The lesson learned. If the resigned, ignored 19-year-old son tells you your new older boyfriend is basically human garbage.
Maybe. Just maybe. Listen to the kid. He knows what he's talking about.
Julian is the undisputed MVP of this entire story. Seriously. Operating like a one-man neighborhood watch for his dad's disastrous dating life.
He might be invisible to his dad, but man, he saw everything crystal clear.
Okay, which brings us to our final thought. Something to chew on. Given how eerily precise Julian's warning was, and how ignored he clearly felt, and the fact he was kind of randomly at that bar underage, was that meeting really a coincidence? Or was Julian maybe, just maybe, staking out the place, hoping to intercept the next victim before she got sucked too deep into the vortex like a relationship first responder?
Ooh, I like that. Was it chance or was it sabotage? You decide. We'll catch you on the next Deep Dive.